Welcome to Collaboration 7 mobile app training. The icon on your cell phone, when you click on it, will log you in. When you are logged in, on the bottom, you'll see icons. The first one is Inbox, second is History, third is Favorites, then Voicemail, and finally, Contacts. Under Inbox, you'll see recent chats and calls that you have made. Currently, we don't have anything, but we'll have more to see later. If I wanted to make a call, on the top right, there's a button that looks like a keypad. From here, I can enter an extension or a phone number. Alternatively, on the top, there's a search bar, and I can use this to find whomever I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and call one of these colleagues. If you click on their name, you can either call their extension, their office number, mobile number if listed, and any other numbers associated with that extension. I'm going to go ahead and give a call to that extension. Once the call is picked up, you will see an array of buttons on the bottom. If I wanted to mute the call, I can click the mute button. Then the call will be on mute and no sound on our end will come through the call. This is useful if you have a very loud and busy, hectic work environment in the background. The hold button, when pressed, will put the user on hold. This will be indicated by the hold icon flashing on the screen. To take them off of hold, you can click the hold button again, or you can transfer the call from here. When you transfer the call, even if it's on hold, it will be put off hold once it is picked up by whomever you transfer it to. If I wanted to transfer, this button right here will take me to the transfer menu. From here, this is much like calling or putting in an extension or name. I can put a name here, and it will look for any colleague or people in my phone book. I can click on them and transfer the call there. Now we can see in our inbox that we had a call with this test user. If I click on them, if they're part of the phone system, I can send them a message. Here I can write a message, for example, test, and press send. You can also attach files by clicking this button here and sending a photo or video, take a photo, or send a file. You can also send GIFs by clicking on the GIF button. If you wanted to give a call to this individual, you can click on the call button, and if they're on the phone system, this video button will start a video call with that individual. To go back, click the back button. Under History, you can see all the calls that you have made, received, and missed. If you have any voicemails, you can listen to them from here as well. Here's the recent call that I made. You can tell that it was an outgoing call because the arrow next to the phone icon is going out. A green arrow coming in is a call that you have received. If you have missed a call, it will be indicated by a red X. To call this user back, I can click on them and call, send them a message, copy their number, or info, which will show me information about this contact. The third icon is Favorites, and here you can choose to have favorites that show up that you frequently talk to. You don't have to be mutual favorites, you can just have a list of people that you frequently talk to. This will also synchronize with your workforce phone if you have a physical desk phone. Under Favorites, you can click on anyone, and again, chat, call, or email them right from here. Under Voicemail, if you have any voicemails that you haven't listened to, there will be an indicator with a red light. To listen to the voice message, simply click the play button.
Test voicemail 1.
You can press the pause button to pause the voicemail. You can also choose to scroll through various parts of the voicemail or to speed it up or slow it down. If you click on the X, you will no longer be listening to this voicemail. If you wanted to, you can click and call them back, copy the number, or delete the voicemail. I'm going to go ahead and delete the voicemail. Now we have a fresh voicemail box ready for incoming calls. When you click Contacts on the bottom right, you will see a list of all the colleagues on your phone system. If you have your phone contacts synchronized, you will also see your cell phone contacts. From here, I can search throughout all departments and/or any other phone books that are on the system. If I wanted to give a call to any of these contacts, I can click and call. You can also search. So from here, I can put in a name and it will populate with any individual that matches the name. There's also a phone book menu. From here, if you have any phone books on the system, such as blocked numbers or a personal phone book, you can edit and manage contacts. If I want to add a contact, if I go into my history, I can find a contact, click on them, and choose Create Contact. It will ask me where I want to save this. Under Phone Book, I have a phone book called Personal. If you don't have a phone book, it will prompt you to create a phone book. Here, I can type the name and add more information as needed, such as email, extension, mobile, home, fax, or any other notes that I need about this contact. Once I click Add, then it will be saved in my phone book. You can either find them by searching in the contacts under the phone book and going to your personal phone book, from where you can click their number to dial them, or you can go to the dial pad and start typing their name. Or you can click on the inbox, click on the dial pad, click on the search bar, and enter the name. Once entered, we'll see under phone book the test contact that we just added. I can click and call them. Other options that you have, on the left-hand side, you can set your availability. For example, if I want to go to lunch, I can click on my status and set it to at lunch. Or I can choose set status and choose available, away, or busy. Away and busy are a little different in that if you mark yourself as busy, that's the same as going on Do Not Disturb. Any incoming calls will go directly to your voicemail. If you choose away, it will read the status message and still try to call you. Let's say I have a status message, on vacation. I can choose to mark myself as busy and clear after a certain time and date. So for example, if I'm on vacation until tomorrow at 8:30, then come tomorrow at 8:30, the status will clear. If you click Set, then it will set your status accordingly. Otherwise, you can click Cancel. You can also set custom statuses if you have them on the phone system. For example, at lunch. If I change my status to at lunch, it's customized to have 1 hour of time after which the status will go back to available. You can also choose to edit and set default statuses. For example, if I wanted one for meetings, I can add a new one with a busy and a status message of meeting. That will clear after 1 hour. If I click Set, then it will change my status accordingly. Otherwise, click Cancel. Notifications. Under Settings, there's a Notifications menu. Here you can allow message notifications, sound notifications, and email notifications. By default, you get voicemail to email if you have an email address associated with your extension on the phone system. You can also reset notification settings, and it will go back to the default as listed here. Under Calls, you can choose what happens when you receive a call from a certain kind of contact. Internal are contacts within the phone system, so extension to extension. External are calls received from people outside of the phone system, so outside numbers. There's also a whitelist and a blacklist, used for blocking or whitelisting contacts. Let's go under Internal. Under Internal, you can choose if I'm set to default, away, or busy, what happens to the call. For example, if I choose busy, all calls will forward to my voicemail. You can change this depending on which status you choose or for the default status. Once you are done making any changes, you can click on Save and it will save. The same can be done for external contacts. For example, if somebody from outside of the phone system calls you and you're set to busy, you can activate and choose that all calls will be forwarded to voicemail. Once you activate this class, this means that any external call, when you are in the busy status, will forward to your voicemail. Click Save, and that will be saved. Whitelist and blacklist are types of contacts that you can add onto your phone system. When you add a contact, you can designate their class as, for example, blacklist. Under blacklist, you can choose to activate, and that will reject any incoming call made from a number saved within the blacklist. Once you click Save, that will be applied. Connect to Wildix PBX doesn't need to be used, but just in case, you can see what domain you are on. If you're for some reason not connecting to your phone system, here you can enter your phone system domain and connect. There's also About and Send Feedback. We recommend reaching out to Cady Business Technologies as we are available 24/7 by call or sending in an email to our support email. If you choose Log Out, then it will log you out of the app entirely. You will have to re-log in and receive a verification code to the email associated with your extension to log in. Alternatively, you can set your status to, for example, Do Not Disturb or Busy. That way, when you receive a call, it will go directly to your voicemail. Once you're ready, you can change your status back to Available. If you set your status to Busy or Offline, then remember to go back and set it back to Available so you can make and take calls. Again, the way that calls come in and handled are under Calls and choosing internal, external, whitelist, or blacklist. If you click on your name, you can see your extension, your email, phone, and fax number. This concludes the Collaboration 7 mobile training. We hope that you have enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Drop a like and hit subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you very much.